What is good, everybody, man? Welcome back into the Blue Bloods. We are here with a huge special guest, my guy Qua Davis, Jackson State offensive lineman, formerly Louisville High School offensive lineman, two-time first-team All-District selection, and this past year was a unanimous first-team All-District selection on the offensive line. 6'8", 320 pounds, man. Quay, I'm excited for this interview, man. But I first got to say congratulations on signing with Jackson State. And man, how do you feel now that your recruiting process is over?
Oh man, I appreciate you having me for sure, though. But I'm grateful for it to be over. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to go to Jackson State and display my talents at the next level, and I'm definitely blessed for that.
Every guy I have from Texas on here, Texas and Florida guys, especially on the show, I got to ask, how competitive, really and truly behind the scenes is Texas high school football? And do you feel like playing high school football in Texas has prepared you better for the next level than playing it anywhere else in the country?
Most definitely. I'm actually from Florida. I moved to Texas in the eighth grade, so but I played high school in Texas, as you know. But it's definitely different. Texas is definitely a faster pace than like other schools in like other states. I definitely can like see it. It's definitely higher competition. You play competition every week. Like there's people that are up to talent with you, or is it the same talent that you have to just outwork. So I definitely say that they definitely prepared me better to go to the next level.
And when you got into your recruiting process, what just looking back now that it's over, what was the moment you knew that it was serious? 'Cause, I mean, you had multiple FBS offers, a lot of FCS offers, especially the HBCUs around the SWAC. What was your first offer, and when did you start really picking up steam on the recruiting trail?
I played freshman football my freshman year, but I got moved into the varsity period. So when the college coaches came through, before COVID, it's definitely they were all up on me, like saying like, "Oh, you're a special talent. We'll definitely come back for the spring to recruit you." I was talking to a lot of different schools around Texas and all over the country. Really, they were on me pretty early. Then COVID hit, so yeah, San Francisco State offered me first in the spring last year, and it definitely picked up from there. I got an offer every week into the spring game. So I picked up four offers in the spring, and I picked up a couple more. Um, I picked up no, not San Houston, Mississippi Valley State, and then I got Jackson State, and then from there I just sat down, really weighed my options between the schools, and just came down to Alcorn State and Jackson State, and I just ended up picking Jackson State.
What was, I guess, what was it that stuck out with Jackson State? What separated them from the rest of the schools in your recruitment?
Um, I definitely say the bonds and definitely like the way they approached me, because I was talking Coach Fleming from Texas State. He's a wide receiver coach at Jackson State now. He was recruiting me at Texas State. He's one of the first people that like were heavily recruiting me. So like, so I definitely blessed to have him. He put a good word in for me for Coach Jo, Coach TC. So they offered me about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. So definitely, it was like they're straight business over there. Like the same day they offered me, the same day we talked about official visits. So I took my OV there. I loved it from the day I got into Mississippi. From there, like Coach TC, he looked me in the eyes. He told me like, this weekend you're becoming a Tiger," and I was like, okay. And I was like, um, I definitely believed it. By the second day, like early day, like after we ate breakfast and things, it was like, yeah, this is where I want to be at, most definitely.
I love it. I mean, the confidence from the coaching staff too, when you come in for an OV, when they say, "Listen, when you leave, you're with us." Like that's gotta feel great as a
Yeah.
recruit. But through the recruiting process, was there anybody in the signing class? We always hear about guys in the signing class taking on that position as a lead recruiter. Who did you develop the best relationship with in your signing class this year?
Um, Definitely. You meaning like players or coaches wise?
Yeah, players.
My homeboy, he's on Alcorn State, so me and him were definitely having talks. So he's my teammate. We definitely were having talks about going to Alcorn together. He was actually happy for me. As you know, Jackson State and Alcorn State are like rivals.
Yeah.
So he was definitely happy for me when I got at Jackson State. So he was telling me he definitely would like to see me go there, but he definitely wanted me to go to Alcorn State with him. But the had to go the other way.
Hey, that game, I was there this year, man. Let me just tell you, I was there on the reservation for that Jack State Alcorn State game this year. A P5 environment, man. I've been to SEC championships. I've been to everything. I mean, that game, I had goosebumps before kickoff. I remember turning to G, who's one of the Alcorn guys. I was like, man, this is different. And I know this year in the vet, it's probably going to be 60, somewhere around 50, 60K. It's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be a great experience. I'm telling you. And then, looking at Coach J.O., everyone knows his past, man. He's developed some great offensive linemen. Everyone knows his prestige as a coach, but not a lot of Jackson State guys know him yet, with him being new. What was the relationship behind the scenes with him like, and how did he say you were going to fit into his scheme, and where did you fit along his offensive line?
Man, shout out Coach J.O. for real. Well, he's a real one for sure. He definitely got on the phone. He spoke real from the beginning of the conversation. He was saying, "Look, I want to be here. I want you to be here, and I definitely want to have the opportunity to coach you because you're a great player, and you'll definitely fit in with how he's trying to rebuild the offensive line room." He said he definitely wants me to get there. No, he definitely said I can fit to the mix like early from as a freshman. They plan on me, coming in, getting the opportunity to come and play as a freshman. So, Coach Jo, he definitely it's a blessing to get offered by him because he's definitely the real deal for sure.
When you look at your game, tackle's tackle, but there is a little bit of a fundamental difference between left and right tackle. Where do you feel most comfortable at on the line of scrimmage, and where do you project yourself at Jackson State?
I definitely say left tackle just because I was formed into just being a full time left tackle. I tried the right tackle out a little bit. My coaching staff was like, "Nah, you're the solidified left tackle." So I definitely picked up all my tendencies playing the blind side for the quarterback. So I definitely like playing there. But if Jackson State want me to play right tackle, they want me to play guard or anything, I'll play it just to help the team win for sure.
I love it, man. I was watching your film when you signed or when you committed at first, and man, I don't think people realize how rare it is for a 6'8", 300+ pound tackle to pull. And I mean, they had you pulling and getting out, blocking slot corners and linebackers, man. So the athleticism is definitely there, and I'm excited to see how you fit into his plans. But looking at your game, what do you feel like your biggest strength is as an offensive lineman right now coming in as a freshman?
Definitely, I'm starting to learn how to finish blocks. I'm definitely learning how to um, use my length and my reach on like run blocking and pass pro. So I'm definitely learning to adjust my game to being the offensive tackle that can spread the field and just solidify my gaps and things like that. Sure.
Who are some NFL players right now, or even players in college right now that you kind of look up to and watch their film and try to model your game after the most?
Um, I say after my freshman year, I started looking at Paris Johnson Jr., the offensive tackle at Ohio State. And this year we switched to the Y zone in our offense, so I started looking at Trent Williams and the way he comes up the ball and tries to spread his gap as far as possible down the field and getting downfield, making big blocks. For sure, those two are definitely two I look at.
I'm so glad you mentioned Trent, because that's who, when I watch your film, like with your size and everything, that's who you kind of remind me of. And man, let's just be honest, if you don't play offensive line, I don't think Trent gets the respect that he deserves from average fans. Because if you don't know offensive line play, you don't know how much of a freak athlete that he really is, watching his film. But looking at yourself, what's one thing that you've talked to Coach Jo about that you yourself know? Because we all, everyone who's been an athlete knows what they want to work on. What's one thing that your freshman year you want to improve on the most?
Definitely transforming my body into the best it can be. And I'm getting stronger and faster, which I know they can develop me quickly with, so I can dominate at a higher level for sure.
And what's next for you, man? Are you planning? When are you planning on getting on campus? Are you already talking to coaches, getting that ready? Are you going to wait till May and come after this next semester?
They definitely want me to come as soon as possible, so that would be like early June. I mean late June, early July, just because they can't do like the 8 week classes that most colleges can do. So the earliest I could be there is late June and early July.
And I think a lot of people who haven't been a college athlete always wonder. So when you are kind of a later enrollee, especially with the early signing period, kids can sometimes get to campus early. How do you stay in tune with just kind of ingratiating yourself into the Jackson State system? Are you really studying the playbook? Are you watching spring film from them? Are you talking to the coaches? Kind of like, how do you stay prepared? That way, when you get there in late June, you're ready to step right on the field and compete.
As of lately, I've been watching a lot of their old games from last year, but I know that we have a new office coordinator coming in, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But I'll definitely get in contact with Coach Jo. But I'm definitely watching their old games and seeing how they do little things with the schemes and how they run the ball and when they do the RPOs or when they pass the ball downfield, like what are they doing? So I'm definitely getting my mind trained for sure.
And just to get to know you a little bit better, because I know a lot of fans always like to get to know, a little bit behind the scenes of players. So don't give away all your trade secrets here. But what's in one on one? You got an edge rusher. It's just you and him on the island. What's the number one mistake an edge rusher can make against you one on one?
Definitely letting me determine his move and what he's going to do. So I won't let him get too close, but I'll definitely close space faster so he can. I dictate what he do. So that's definitely one of my key things. What I do for sure.
I love that. And looking at your game, listen, we both played in the trenches. We know the trash talking's on the next level, especially when you get one, two guys. You got them every play. How much of a part is trash talking of your game? Like, would you consider yourself a big trash talker, or are you just out there doing your job?
No, for sure. I gotta talk a little trash. I t- my head coach got on me last year, not last year, last spring, because there was this corner. His name Tony Nakuba. I'm pretty sure you'll watch his video, but me and him will go at it every day. Like he's a corner, so he's way out there, and we're just talking trash every time the routine period, just going after each other at each other's necks every time. D line and us, like me and the D line, we'll go at it every day when we're doing the one on ones and the run holes and all that team period things and stuff like that. We'll definitely go at it. So I'm a big trash talker for sure.
I love it. What's your favorite job to do? Would you rather, you know, are you more of a run blocker or a pass blocker? How would you where do you feel most comfortable and what do you enjoy doing the most?
I'm definitely learning to love run blocking, but I'm definitely solidifying as a pass blocker for sure. I love pass blocking just so it displays that I can shut down the 6'2", 230 edge rusher that runs a 4.4 or stuff like that, the speed rushers and just shutting them down and making all the noise down of the speed rushes and always getting to the quarterback is like I shut all that down for sure.
I love it. And then, chemistry is so important along the offensive line. And I always talk on my show about like if you haven't played it, you don't understand how the communication, understanding what the guy next to you is doing. And it's always a tough transition going to college. Have you already kind of been in contact with the other offensive linemen in the room and you guys are already starting to build that bond? Or what's your plan when you get to campus to build that bond? That way that offensive line unit is tight going into the season.
When I took my official visit, like from the first gym with Coach Jo introduced us to each other, it was like we instantly connect with each other. Like it's just those things that offensive linemen got. Like you can just read each other's minds type thing. So we definitely connected faster. The more we had time to hang out with each other, the 2 days I was there, we definitely built like up fast. It felt like when they was touring me around in the city and things like that, they were definitely acting like I always been there, and that's a big thing for me. Is like fitting in where I can fit in. So they definitely made it seem like I was always there, and I loved that for sure.
Man, that's awesome. And then your freshman season, you already said Coach Jo has plans for you to see the field early. Do you have any personal goals going into the 2023 season, your freshman year? Do you have any accolades, any just goals in general going into Jackson State year one?
As of now, no, I just want to help us win week by a time, 1 week at a time. Just trying to take the swag back over. continuing that streak of controlling the sweat for sure.
And then is there a game on the schedule that you're looking forward to just a little bit more than the rest that you're excited to play in, excited to finally get there, the one that sticks out to you on Jackson's schedule?
Definitely three. Um, the FAMU game because that's like a homecoming for me because I'm from South Florida. So I know all my people from South Florida are gonna be there. Um, Texas State game, so all my Texas people can come down and see me play. And I got a little beef with Texas State, so I ain't gonna speak on that. But and the Alcorn game for sure, so I can play my boy Scotty over there. And Coach Ryan, that's my dude still, even though I chose Jackson State, but I appreciate Coach Ryan for everything.
So you got a lot of games scheduled, man, because you get to go back home. You get to go to where you played, played high school in a school that also offered you, man. It's gonna be an interesting season to say the least, man. But the final question is, man, just what can people expect from you throughout your career, man? And just what when you look back over your 4 years at Jackson, what's one thing that you would like for fans to, I guess, remember about your career, man? What's your long term goals here at Jackson?
Definitely saying that they see me from a freshman all the way to either junior or senior. If the Lord blesses me the opportunity to go to the league my junior year, um, definitely just seeing he's definitely made tremendous growth. He's definitely the dominant force in the sweat from the moment he walked in the door. He definitely led people to the right direction. Definitely just he's a caring dude and he's always put others for himself.
Man, great goals, man. And I mean, listen, I'm excited to see you get on that field, man. I'm expecting you to compete for that starting position this year at that left tackle or even right tackle spot, man. But listen, this is all about promotion of the players, especially, for you guys as freshmen coming in. So let people know where they can find you on social media, where they can contact you for NIL and all that stuff, man, so they can keep up with you throughout your career.
Um, my social media, my Instagram handle is Qua Davis. So it's QUAADI, so DAVIS, two S's. Um, my Twitter is Qua Davis 7. And yeah, you can hit my Gmail, QuavionsD@gmail.com if you have any opportunities for me right now, yeah, for sure.
Guys, make sure to go follow my guy Quay on all social media, man. The bigger these players' platforms get, the more opportunities will come their way. And I promise, listen, I've seen this tape. I love offensive line play. This guy's going to be a force in the swag and across the FCS in the coming years. But guys, for my guy Quay, for myself, and for the Blue Bloods, we are out for right now.